Safe PI planning is one of the cornerstone events in the Scaled Agile Framework. It occurs every 8 to 12 weeks, which is called a Program Increment, and brings together all Agile teams within an Agile Release Train, or ART, which could mean anywhere from 50 to 125 people. This event is carefully time-boxed to 2 full days, during which teams, product management, business owners, architects, and stakeholders collaborate. The main purpose is to create alignment across the enterprise by ensuring every team understands the business vision, the priorities for the upcoming increment, and how their work ties into delivering value. Scrum Release Planning, by contrast, is much smaller in scope and is conducted at the Scrum team level. A typical Scrum team is around 7 to 10 members, and release planning focuses on mapping backlog items into one or more upcoming releases. Depending on the organization, a release could happen monthly, quarterly, or even continuously if DevOps pipelines are mature. Instead of enterprise alignment, the purpose here is to forecast what features and stories the team believes they can deliver that will provide value to users in a defined time frame. The scale of collaboration sets a huge difference. In safe PI planning, you'll have multiple Scrum teams working together, often spread across different geographies, but aligned under one ART. This requires extensive preparation, like pre-PI backlog refinement, business context presentations, architectural runway discussions, and identification of cross-team dependencies. In Scrum Release Planning, the collaboration is primarily internal to the team, guided by the product owner. The focus is on understanding the customer needs, prioritizing backlog items, and aligning sprint outcomes to a potential release. The planning horizon also differs. PI planning covers the entire program increment, which is typically 5 iterations or sprints. Teams break down features into stories, forecast work for each iteration, and commit to specific PI objectives. This provides a roadmap for the ART and gives stakeholders visibility into delivery plans for about 10 to 12 weeks. Now, Scrum Release Planning, on the other hand, might look at just a couple of sprints or a set of backlog items that make up a release. Its horizon is shorter and flexibility is higher. If priorities shift, the release plan can be quickly adapted without waiting for a PI boundary. Outputs are another area of distinction. Safe PI planning produces tangible artifacts: team PI objectives, program PI objectives, and the program board. The program board is critical, as it visualizes dependencies, milestones, and delivery dates across all teams. These outputs serve as commitments that everyone can see and align to. Scrum Release Planning produces a lightweight release plan, usually a backlog ordered into increments, with rough forecasts of what will be released and when. While less formalized, it still provides a guiding vision for the team and its stakeholders. Stakeholder engagement is more structured in PI planning. Business owners, executives, and architects participate actively. They present the business vision, key milestones, and the architectural runway at the start of the event. They also approve and evaluate PI objectives at the end. In Scrum Release Planning, stakeholder involvement is usually advisory. Stakeholders may review the plan or provide feedback, but the ceremony itself is mainly between the Scrum team and the product owner. This difference highlights PI planning's enterprise focus compared to release planning's team focus. Risk management is also handled differently. In SAFE, the ROAM technique, resolved, owned, accepted, mitigated, is used to systematically address risks raised during planning. Risks are discussed in front of all teams, ensuring transparency and shared ownership. In Scrum Release Planning, risks are usually identified during backlog refinement or sprint planning and addressed informally by the team. There's no standardized framework like ROAM, which honestly makes PI planning stronger for large-scale coordination. Cadence is another clear difference. PI planning happens on a fixed cadence every 8 to 12 weeks, regardless of how many releases may occur during that time. This cadence, ensures synchronization across all teams in the RT. On the other hand, Scrum Release Planning does not have a fixed cadence. It happens whenever a release is imminent. A Scrum team could have one release every sprint, once a quarter, or even on demand if they're practicing continuous delivery. Strategic alignment is one of PI planning's greatest strengths. Teams don't just plan features, they understand how those features connect to business priorities, customer needs, and portfolio-level roadmaps. Business owners assign business value to objectives, ensuring alignment between execution and strategy. Scrum Release Planning, while valuable, doesn't operate at this level. It focuses on tactical delivery, making sure the team delivers features that meet customer needs within the release window. Another important difference is the ceremony structure. PI planning follows a set agenda: business context, vision, planning breakout sessions, draft plan review, management review, and commitment ceremony. It's highly structured to manage the complexity of dozens of teams working together. Scrum Release Planning is less formal. Typically, the product owner presents the prioritized backlog, the team discusses capacity, estimates, and dependencies, and then they agree on what fits into the release. The lighter structure makes it more adaptable, but, honestly, less robust for multi-team coordination. In summary, Safe PI planning is a large-scale, structured, program-level planning event designed to align multiple teams to business strategy over a fixed PI horizon. It emphasizes synchronization, cross-team dependency management, and enterprise visibility. Scrum Release Planning is smaller, more flexible, and tactical, helping a single team plan for customer-facing releases. Both are critical planning practices, but PI planning is essential for scaling Agile across enterprises, while release planning is vital for individual teams delivering continuous customer value.